Everyone, this is Joyboy P. Today's unboxing and somewhat review is on Swiftech Apogee XL CPU block. Stand back like that, it's kind of well camouflaged, sorry. So not much on the front. The only real information you get is here on the side, which is compatibilities for different sockets and so on, but that's about it there. Now this is probably one of the most packed boxes I've ever seen. Once you get something out, you can't put it back in properly without the box really bulging, so at least it comes with a little bit of foam. The instruction manual, of course, always read that, so I would always recommend doing that. Here's your little colour plates. You get white, green, red and blue is already installed. So there's the Waterblock itself. And then here's your AMD brackets. It comes pre-attached with the Intel ones, the AMD labelled there. A few screws and whatnot to attach it to your motherboard, and some thermal paste. Probably not going to be wanting to use that, but you can if you want to. So that's everything in the box. Let's get this apart, shall we? Well, get things out of the packets, I should say. Right, so I've taken the colour plates out of the wrappers. It's worth noting that the LED for the back plates, for the colour plates, are powered by this fan header, whatever you call it, fan connector. So you do need to think about that when it comes to your build. I completely forgot about that, but thankfully I do have a backup plan for that, because otherwise all my fan headers are actually occupied. Now, according to the instructions, which I did have a brief look at, to change out these colour plates, you have to remove these 4 little screw things. After a lot of messing around and watching a YouTube video, I've been able to actually get the little pins out. I had tried previously to try and get my nails underneath, but obviously I wasn't doing it right. But now if I really try to do it, I can get them out. See, there's one out there. Just kind of resting on the top. I'm just going to move over to the window. There we go. Make sure you don't lose those, because doing this one-handed is always difficult. Now stick on a tripod, it'll be a moment. Right, so here we can see a bit better. I can use both hands to try and get in at it. Thankfully I do like to have somewhat longer thumbnails, but at the moment they're somewhat shorter than they normally are. It's useful for this sort of thing. Yeah, that's all 4 of them little pegs out. Now it's got to try and find an angle to pry this out. Nearly had it. And just use a screwdriver with a very small head on it. And you went from inside the holes like so. Where that corner's popping out. Come on. Gotcha. Oh, pulled me a bit out. So it is quite well in there. There it is. You know, see straight through it. Damaged the plate slightly just in the corner here. The colour plate, that is. Won't notice it because it's right underneath where the pins are. But here we can have a closer look inside it. You can see it, these little yellow dots. The mirrors that look very green on there. These little dots there are your LEDs, so you've got 6 for the centre, 6 for both sides, so that's what a total of 18 LEDs. If my quick maths is half decent. So I'll show you how the different colours look. Let's start with the green. Make sure you stick it back on the right way around. That's the other way around. You just push that in. I'm not going to put the pins back in because I will be swapping out with different colours, but it is with the green installed. So let's get that in my system quickly and I'll be back in a moment. As a side note, with this white one, you could get a felt tip or a bit of colour film sort of thing and cover it or colour it in to make whatever colour you want. So you can go for a yellow or a purple, or just do that. A photography film sort of thing, or like I say, just a felt tip, just colour it in. I've seen people do that before now, and you know, you can change the colour of it to suit your system's look. You can't really see it on the camera. You can just about see it there. You see right inside the Waterblock there. You know, the fins for the cooling of your CPU. Other than that, there's not really much to go on. I shall quickly plug it in to show you the blue LED. So here it is at its max brightness. Unfortunately, my camera has never been very good at focusing on blue lights, so I can't really show it off very well with this camera. And at the moment, my room is rather dark, so there's nothing for my camera to focus on properly. There we are. So the good thing with it being powered by a fan header is that you can, when you control your CPU's or your that specific fan header, at the moment it's at 100%, and now sticking it to 80% to show you the difference in colour it can make. So you just get slightly dimmer and bring it down to 60%. I think below 60% it won't turn on. So yeah, it's barely on there now and it's at 60%. So I suppose you could use that as a good indication for what your CPU's temperature is at. You know, if it's at a high temperature, you know, you can have it so it's really bright, or if it's rather low temperature, you can have it so it's practically off. And that actually looks a lot brighter on the camera than it does with the naked eye. You can barely see it even on with the naked eye. So if I turn it back... Oh, you're joking. Here it is with the green plate in. Actually, I've just recorded this bit, but apparently the camera wasn't recording. I stopped recording and it started recording. So yeah, that's it at 100% power, the LED that is. So bring it down to 80. It's not quite as bright as it looks on the camera. For some reason my camera doesn't like LEDs all that much, or recording lights. So at 60% it almost switches off to the naked eye. Like I said, on my camera it looks a lot brighter than it actually is. So it is a nice shade of green. So that's it for the green. I'll swap over to the next colour in a moment. So I'll be right back. So here it is with the white. Once again, my camera doesn't like picking up lights very well, and it looks like a tint of blue, but to the naked eye there is absolutely no tint of blue whatsoever in that light. That is at 100% power there. Let's bring it down to 80%. A second. So there we're at 80%. It's still fairly bright. Of course, as I've said repeatedly so far, you know, that it looks a lot brighter on the camera than it does in real life. And there it's at 60%. So again, it nearly completely turns off. And it looks, the white looks actually really good, in my opinion. It looked better than I thought it was going to. So let's swap out with the last colour, which is red, I believe. Yes. Back in a moment. And here it is with probably one of the most popular colours that people are going to want to use it with. Now on the camera it does look a pinky white, but trust me, it is a very vivid red. Unfortunately, even a distance isn't making up for it. So that's at 100% brightness. It's actually probably one of the brighter No, I'd say they're all about the same actually. Does look really good, the red. I'm actually quite surprised with how good some of the colours look on this specific block. I've gone for a black and blue theme with my PC this time. There is 80% and now 60%. So using the fan header as its power source is actually a good idea in my opinion for this specific reason. You can change the intensity of the colour, which is also good if you want to use it to measure your CPU temperature at the same time. That's about it. Once again, we'll see you in the next part, which should be when the system's water cooled and you actually show it off properly. So that's it for now. Everyone, we're back almost 2 months later once again. As you can see here is the Swiftech Apogee doing its job of cooling my CPU. It does a fairly decent job. I've been able to get a slightly higher overclock for only 4.2, but that's trying to keep my voltage down as low as possible. Mine's a rather hot chip, so I think that's the reason why. But yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. It doesn't stand out too much, but it catches the eye just right, I think, compared to like this, which glows way too much, which is just clear perspex block with 2 LEDs in it. Now, compared to the EK Evo Waterblock, I think it's called, which is just a clear perspex block which you put 2 LEDs on one side. That does look really good. My friend Ri-Fi has that, and it could have looked really good in this system, but I decided to go for this one, and I think it does look pretty good. So if you like this video, please leave a like, leave any comment sections in the comment section below. This is Joyboy P signing out.